The Oscars were last night, and Michael B. Jordan ended up winning the Oscar for Best Actor in a Lead Role for his performance in Sinners. Like I mentioned in a previous video, there was a lot of hype going into this category because of, with Timothee Chalamet and his performance in Marty Supreme, and of course with Michael B. Jordan kind of rising up in projected wins because of winning the SAG Award, which was huge because from what I remember, most people that have won the SAG Award end up winning the Oscar, and it ended up being the case this year too. And although I've seen a lot of praise for Michael B. Jordan winning this award, I've seen a lot of very head-scratching criticism. A lot of weird, overly negative comments about Michael B. Jordan and his performance specifically as it compared to Timothée Chalamet's and Marty Supreme. And I want to dive into all of it and see some of these comments and kind of get my thoughts because, look, I have openly admitted I thought Timothée Chalamet had the best performance last year out of anyone. I felt like he should have won the Oscar, but I said if anyone else, if Michael B. Jordan won it, I would not be mad because he was great in Sinners. And the fact that so many weirdos on Twitter, these weird nerds on film Twitter are trying to make it sound like what he did was nothing in comparison when he played two different characters with two different cadences, two different facial expressions and how they move, how they walk. It was a great performance and they're trying to talk down on it. Let's just dive right into it. When you go to Discussing Film's official post for Michael B. Jordan winning the award and go to the quote tweets, this is the first one that pops up from William D. Hendricks saying, "I'm dead ass. This is like giving Paul Rudd an Oscar for Ant-Man," which is not only blatantly false, that is just a straight up lie. Because you cannot seriously convince me that you, in good faith, believe that what Michael B. Jordan did in Sinners is equivalent to what Paul Rudd did in Ant-Man. It's just needlessly disrespectful and just a slap in the face to an incredible performance. And again, most importantly, just absolutely deceitful. It's a straight up lie. There's no chance that that loser believes it. And if they do believe it, just shows you how much they really know about acting. As we kind of go down here, wow, so Timothée Chalamet truly is the next Leonardo DiCaprio. And look, we've heard this a bunch, right? Like Leo got nominated a bunch of times for the Oscars. He's only won it once in his career, which is insane to think about. And it seems like Chalamet might be heading to somewhat of a similar direction where he will continue to get nominated. But listen, the difference is Chalamet's going to win one, just like DiCaprio did. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like, being the next Leonardo DiCaprio is some kind of dick. I mean, I understand that the idea that he should have more than what he's got. And again, I do feel like Chalamet's performance was the best, and I feel like he should have had it over Michael B. Jordan, but I'm not sitting here being mad that Michael B. Jordan won it. He earned it. His performance was good enough to warrant consideration. I actually love this post here from Jay, or Indian Slumdog. He doesn't even have an Oscar yet, and people are crying over Timothée Chalamet. Big facts, man. Big facts. The fact that Jake Gyllenhaal does not have an Oscar under his belt with the performances that he's had, Nightcrawler, Southpaw, Stronger, Zodiac, this dude has put in an immeasurable amount of Oscar-worthy performances, and he hasn't even gotten recognized once for it. So relax with Timothée Chalamet. This is a comment right here that's just blatantly racist and stupid. It's from Yvonne. It's a black guy who literally acted as a blackface and played the role of two twins so identical that they were literally the same character. Historical theft, a minute of silence for the cinema that's dead. Honestly, a minute of silence for how many brain cells I just lost reading that, because, buddy, you're completely wrong. Number one, they were completely different characters. If you couldn't tell the difference, then that kind of just says more about you than anything else, because Michael B. Jordan did an excellent job at distincting the two completely. Not only that, what did you say here? That he was literally acted as a blackface? What exactly does that mean, Yvonne, sir? Would you like to elaborate, please? Because I'm kind of confused on what that means. We got Barry here saying didn't deserve it. Please elaborate, Barry. Why didn't Michael B. Jordan deserve it? Would you care to explain? Oscar for putting on a red hat and a blue one. Cinema in 2026. Buddy, if that's all you saw Michael B. Jordan do in Sinners, then you weren't really watching the movie. In fact, you weren't even paying attention. You were just being blatantly racist and stupid. Anyways, I think you get the point. I think you've seen enough of what I'm talking about. And there's plenty of responses like that. But at the same time, there are plenty of responses praising Michael B. Jordan, and I'm thankful to see it, because I'm thankful to see that there are at least some people out there that don't look at things through just one lens. That they're much more open-minded and much more willing to accept that there were plenty of great performances this year, and there's no reason to talk down on Michael B. Jordan just because you don't believe his performance was the best that we had of 2025. You could still appreciate what he did. Now, as far as it goes with Timothee Chalamet, here's what I'll say. I'm not sure whether or not the ballet or opera comments were the reason why he ended up kind of like falling from the Academy's graces, or, just didn't get the votes that he needed. We're just not sure. The interview itself happened in late February, but the actual clip of Timothy saying what he said about ballet and opera didn't end up going viral until after the voting for the Oscars closed. So I'm not really sure if it had much of a reason to do with it. At the same time, Timothy was saying stuff that, did rub people off the wrong way. He was talking about how, oh, don't take my performances for granted now. I'm putting in incredible performances. Don't take it for granted. Like, he was kind of puffing out his chest a little bit and kind of lacked a little bit of humility, especially when it comes to an Oscars campaign. Like, he was being a little bit more braggadocious than I feel like he should have been. And look, that's just who he is. He loves sports. He kind of treats acting like a sport, and he kind of has that bravado to it. That's totally fine. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but you have to remember the fact that Timothy was also going crazy with the marketing for not only Marty Supreme, but for his Oscar campaign in Marty Supreme. He was promoting it like crazy with the music, his feature on that Four Raws song, all the different interviews, the different stuff that he would do in public with the table tennis guys wearing the orange. Like, he was admittedly doing a lot to promote the campaign, whereas everyone else, I don't feel like they were doing nearly as much. And maybe, just maybe, some people noticed that and, kind of, docked him down a little bit. But with all that being said, the main point that I'm trying to make is this. Michael B. Jordan earned that Oscar last night. There's really just no other way around it. Again, you can have your opinion. Art is, at the end of the day, subjective. If you don't feel like his performance was that good, okay, fine. But don't just be, saying stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Again, some of those comments that we just saw is just ridiculous, absurd, and it's just a straight up lie. It's a lie in every sense of the word. Because the fact of the matter is, Sinners was not only one of the best movies of the year, Michael B. Jordan was a big reason for that in how he brought both characters, Smoke and Stack, to life, and it was able to distinguish them and help the audience distinguish them. As far as Chalamet goes, look, I could honestly see this kind of being like a sort of humbling moment for him. Maybe he won't go as crazy with like promoting himself or his performances going forward. By the way, the dude has Dune 3 later this year. Like, he's gonna be just fine. Who knows? He might get nominated for Dune 3. We'll see. But Chalamet is gonna be just fine. He's still one of the best actors in the business right now. One of the best actors, certainly at his age, and one of the greatest filmographies up to 30 years old that we've seen. Like, Timothee Chalamet is a beast. There's nothing wrong with that. But please let me know in the comments what you think about this entire thing and Michael B. Jordan winning the Oscar. And until next time, peace.